Alright, here's part two. The phone fell and that was the end of that. This is how you get off a pile. But in any event, if I had to give advice to anybody, to the Democrats, I would basically tell them to just quit. Call for peace, call for unity, call for police to stop any rioting. They've completely lost any kind of credibility with average Americans. As far as Trump, I wouldn't run against any candidate that the Democrats put up. I wouldn't run against anybody's record. I would run against just the issues. You know, immediately Kamala Harris says, we can't have Trump because he's going to ban abortion. I say no. I put judges in place, and the judges said this is a state's issue, and now it's a state's issue. So if you have a state and you're not allowed to have an abortion, well, then you got to talk to your governor and your representatives in your state senate. I would explain though that I would explain the realities of what they're saying. He's a bad man because fill in the blank. The abortion question, Roe versus Wade was a terrible decision in 1972 or whatever it was. It's the same as gambling. It's the same as prostitution, drug use, alcohol. It's basically, you have the right to pursue your happiness, and that's why it was never touched by the federal government, and it was a state's right up until Roe versus Wade, because at that time they couldn't get a state to change anything, so they went federal. But explain. That's the things that should be explained. The tax rate, how John Kennedy said, a rising tide raises all boats. And what he meant by lowering the tax rate makes it less expensive for the very rich, but it also helps the poor. And how that's a John Kennedy Democrat thing. Ronald Reagan used it very effectively. And even though it was a Democrat program, the Democrats hated it because they're the party for higher taxes. Everything that they've tried to distort, he really just has to. The rest of his campaign should be, I don't care who I'm running against. These are the lies. This is why. These are the Democratic Party. They're all about democracy, and they're everything but Democrat because everybody voted for this guy, and they just threw him out and picked her. So none of your votes count, even though they're the Democrats and they're for democracy. Your freedoms, your rights, your whatever, they're the ones that are spying on you. They're the ones that have the bureaucracy. They're the ones that should be his campaign from here on in, and just ignore whoever is running, because it's probably not going to be Kamala. They will probably find some loophole to take the Biden-Harris money and make it somebody and cut her out. Or maybe they'll keep her. But, regardless, once they figure out how to keep the money in the house and the family, then it's done. As far as the state, she can't run it because it's too late. There were calculated risks. She's not there anyway. She'll never take those states. But the initial title of it, was fixes, and that's the fix. Run against the rhetoric, not the party, not the candidate. And I think Trump could win it. Anyway, y'all take care.